to waive the reading of the previous minutes?
I'll move.
I'll second.
And seconded by Julie. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, all right. Is there a motion to approve the minutes in the previous meeting?
I'll move it.
Rebecca Chase,
I'll second.
seconded by Judy Tesson, I believe. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. We move on to item 1 on the agenda, which is a resolution approving the proposed improvements to the Harbor Brook Drainage District miscellaneous culvert and channel improvements.
Mr. Jordan, may I please do the roll call?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Legislator Jordan,
Here,
Zone,
Here.
Abbott Keenan,
Here.
Chase,
Here.
Holmquist.
here.
Thank you. You may proceed.
All right.
Sorry.
Thanks, Melanie. No, thank you. Thank you. Okay, Frank, the floor is yours.
Good morning, Chairman. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
So we have
Morning.
here before you 6 resolutions today, but 3 projects. So each project has a resolution to authorize the project and then to authorize the issuance of the financing for each of those projects. These are for our CIP for 2021. We've been through these before. So the first one is the Harbor Brook miscellaneous culvert and channel improvements. This project is a maintenance project. It's a continuation. We are looking to reshape portions of the channel that have become bogged down with growth and with other impediments so that the water can continue to flow, and also make select concrete repairs where the channel becomes a culvert. So that's the first project that will be seeking your approval for the project, and then the issuance of $200,000 in serial bonds for the project itself.
Okay, are there any questions? Okay, there being none, is there a motion to approve item 1A?
I'll move it.
Moved by Julia Buchanan. Is there a
I'll
second?
second.
Seconded by Peggy Chase. I guess we'll have to do a roll call for each item. So could you roll call, Melanie?
Yes. Legislator Jordan,
Yes.
Tassone,
Yes.
Abbott Keenan,
Yes.
Chase,
Yes.
Holmquist.
Kevin.
Kevin? All right, move on.
He's muted. Let me just see if I can. Kevin, you're muted. He's doing the thumbs up.
Kevin muted. Now there's a situation.
Let's see. How about that?
Yes. Legislator Holmquist. Can I get a yes, Holmquist? Okay, good. Okay.
All right. All right. I believe the resolution passed unanimously.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, can we move on to item 2A?
Oh,
Are there any questions on item 2A, which is simply the bonding resolution that accompanies resolution 1A? Okay, why don't we proceed with a roll call on item, well, actually, first, we need a motion to approve item 2A, please.
I'll move it.
Moved by Peggy Chase, is there a second?
I'll second it. Okay. Case.
Seconded by Judy Tasson. Okay, can we do a roll call on item 2A, please?
Legislator Jordan,
Yes.
Tassone,
Yes.
Abbott Keenan.
Melanie, she just got kicked out. I'm letting her back in.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll go to Chase,
Yes.
Holmquist. me at least see his face nodding.
Seems to be a morning of technical difficulties.
I know.
Are you trying to call me? Sorry.
Yeah, she called you.
Okay, yeah, I had to kick myself. I logged out, now I'm back on, so
Okay.
yes, is it a yes?
Okay.
Sorry.
We're still waiting on Kevin?
Casey, it looks like Melanie's muted now.
All right.
There you go. Okay.
HomeQuest, can I get a yes for B, the bonding? Yes. Okay, great. Okay.
Okay, I think we fit everyone, right?
Yes, we're
Yeah,
good.
okay, okay.
Yep.
The resolution passed unanimously. Can we move on to item 3A, please?
Melanie, can you put that one up on the screen for us? 3A?
Yes. Just one second. John DeSantis is doing that.
Oh, Case, you're on 1C.
Oh,
John, if you
Yeah,
could.
I don't have a 2 or a 3.
Yes.
Oh,
so-
okay, I'm
so
sorry.
we're
well,
one-
1C,
1C, John, sorry.
okay.
It's a $4 million resolution.
Yeah, so let me speak to this. This is the approval of improvements to our Metro campus. This is a result of a extensive study on our assets. The 4 million is now to take it to engineering. And this is really phase one, which is, as I've mentioned before, replacement of electrical components in pump stations, new screen and grid building, and mechanical and electrical work there, replacement of odor control covers in the primary clarifiers, replacement of clarifier drives, mechanicals, and concrete rehab in the primary and secondary clarifiers. So this is phase one. The engineering to get this done is 4 million, and we are seeking that as well in the issuance of bonding, consistent with our CIP program.
Okay. Do we have any questions on item 1C?
Yes. 4 million. 4 million is for the engineering, not really to get the project done. Is that what you're saying?
That is what I'm saying, Councilor Chase. Yes, this is a large project at our campus involving many different components. The dollar value of the project under construction is probably in the neighborhood of 50 to 60 million. So that's the construction value. And these are assets that are significantly old. They've been, on our program for a while. And now that we're pivoting away from lake improvement projects, because we've got that under control, it's time to get back to our treatment plant here at Metro and make sure that our assets can process treatment properly.
But this is 4 million in planning, not in doing.
This is 4 million in planning and design so that we can put it out on the street and get it bid. Yes.
Oh my God.
As I said, the project is in the neighborhood of 50 to 70 million in total. So in order to get contractors to bid to do that work, they need to have an extensive set of plans and specifications so that they can bid it properly and we can award it properly. It's no small project. It may sound small in scope, but it is extensive, it's complicated, and it has many moving parts across the complex.
What would be the average useful life of, I guess, the improvements once they're implemented?
I would say 40 years, 40 to 50 years once they're implemented.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we just do some covers on something out there a few years ago? Remember, we
Uh.
went for a tour and they showed us like new things that they had put to cover.
So that's, yeah, so that's the digester project that's underway right now. That's a separate part of the complex here. This is more on the what we call the wet side of the plant. So these are clarifiers where the water is treated and then treated again. What you're referring to are the solid part of the plant,
Yeah.
the breakdown of the solids so we can dispose of them. That's the digester project that's ongoing right now.
Chairman, can I hop in?
I'm sorry?
Can I hop in?
Sure.
Yeah, this is a major project. We are literally rebuilding a lot of the original infrastructure of the Metro plant. So this is the actual where the rubber hits the road, whatever you want to pick a metaphor. This is the stuff that's actually treating the water as it comes in. And a lot of this infrastructure is 50 years old right now. A lot of it was original equipment. And now it's time to, yeah, that's why the price tag is huge.
Frank, what is the time frame for this? Like, how long, if we were to approve this till you bid it, and then how long will it take to get all this work done and get it up to speed?
So my guess is that it will be probably 3 to 5 years to get the engineering done and then move it from there into construction. It could be sooner. But I would say 3 years of solid engineering and design. Again, so that we have enough information and enough sets of plans and specs so people can bid it appropriately. No small task when it's upwards of 50 to 60 million in construction value.
Thank you.
So
Frank,
do we put out a bid for engineers, or do we have engineers that are already lined up to do this design?
So once we get the authorization for the engineering money, we will put out a complete RFP on the street to our outside engineering consultants. We'll lay out a scope for them. It's very complex, but it gives them something to be able to properly put together a proposal so that we can look at who is the best consultant to design the work. And then after that, we put it out to bid for the contractor. So it's the typical process, right? Design and construction formalized through RFPs.
Okay, so in doing this, is there provisions that we can only have local people do this? Can that be part of it?
I think our standard RFP might make some provisions to that effect, but I can tell you, Peggy, that the typical bidders that will get on the engineering side of this is the typical local pool of consultants that already do work for us, which are local firms for the most part.
Okay.
And same thing on the contractor side. Very rarely do we engage with contractors that are not known to Syracuse or greater Syracuse.
Yeah, Frank, I had discussed, I think, with you and, I guess the question as to sort of the methane for, I don't know, I guess sort of collection and reuse. I think, I'm sure you have a technical term for it. But is that, I know there's been some discussion as to doing that at Metro instead of just kind of burning it off, reusing it internally. Is any of that kind of part of the scope of what will be part of this engineering project?
No, that's the project that's underway right now, Casey.
Oh, okay.
That's our digester project, which is about, I would say about 50% complete at this time. And you're right, once it is complete, the methane gas that is being burned off will be channeled into various cogeneration facilities and provide us the opportunity to use that methane in a powerful way for generating additional gas and helping us with utilities right here at the plant. So that project is ongoing right now in construction. This project is separate from that.
Right. Yeah, unfortunately, all, the numbers and all the work that's being done out at WEP and certainly I know relative to the amended consent judgment, it kind of almost boggles the mind how expensive and costly this work is, but obviously it's necessary work in order to, service our constituents. Are there other questions or? No more? Okay. Is there a motion to approve item 1C?
I'll move it.
Moved by Julie Abbott Keenan. Is there a second? I will second it then. So it's been moved and seconded. Can we do a roll call, Melanie?
Yes, Legislator Jordan,
Yes.
Tassone,
Yes.
Abbott Keenan,
Yes.
Chase,
yes,
Holmquist.
Yes.
Motion passed unanimously.
Okay. We can move on to item 1D, which I believe is just the bonding side of this resolution. Is there a motion on item 1D? Which is, again, the bonding that goes along with resolution 1C. I'll move it. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Julie Abbott Keenan. Okay, can we do a roll call, please?
Legislator Jordan,
Yes.
Tassone,
Yes.
Abbott Keenan,
Yes.
Chase,
yes,
Holmquist.
Yes.
Motion moved and passed unanimously.
Okay, thank you very much. Can we move on to item 1E, please?
So this is a project very similar to the other two, except this project is in design right now, about 60 or 70% through the design process. We are now seeking a resolution approving the construction of a pump station in Force Main in this area of the town of DeWitt, which is heavily industrial. This pump station in Force Main will provide much needed service to be able to provide additional capacity in this area for the industrial build out of the land surrounding Benedict Road. So as I said, design is moving. The 6.25 is for construction, actual construction work. And we're looking to bid this in 2021 and get this project done. Much needed project in that corridor of DeWitt, as I've mentioned before.
And Frank, correct me if I'm wrong, but right now, this effluent is kind of going through the neighborhoods, correct? So this will actually be sort of removing that effluent from the neighborhoods and sending it over to the DeWitt plant or.
No, what this will be doing, you're right, it will redirect the effluent out of the neighborhood section and to our county trucks that border Carrier Circle. It will still end up at the Metro treatment plant as it does now. It will just go a different route out of the neighborhoods.
Right, okay.
so where is this?
Peggy, this is or Councilor Chase, this is in the town of DeWitt, Benedict Road, which is over by Ultra Dairy, if you know where that is.
Yep,
and
yep,
Infocon.
parallel to 481,
That's correct. That's
Okay.
correct.
okay.
So,
Chairman, can I hop in?
Yes,
Yeah, so this area we're talking about is along 481. It's really built up. The infrastructure there was originally designed for that to be a residential neighborhood. But over the past 15, 20 years, it's really taken off from an industrial standpoint. If you remember, if Inficon is there, some large medical office buildings. Obviously, Ultra Dairy, Burn Dairy continues to expand and grow there, which is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
And then just across under 481 on the other side on was that the road that goes over to ESM High School.
Kirkville Road.
Yeah.
We have the big Amazon annex being built over there. So yeah, this is a absolute capacity issue. The current infrastructure is more than maxed out, and this will give us room to grow as Ultra Dairy grows or other facilities get constructed over there.
Okay, further questions or comments? Okay, do I have a motion on item 1E, please?
I'll move it.
Moved by Peggy Chase. Is there a second?
I'll second it, Casey.
Seconded by Judy Tassone. Okay, can we do a roll call, Melanie?
Legislator Jordan,
Yes.
Casone,
Yes.
Abbott Keenan,
Yes.
Chase,
Yes,
Holmquist.
yes,
Passed.
It passed unanimously. Item 1F is the bonding side of this project. Are there any questions on item 1F? Okay, there being none, is there a motion to approve item 1F?
I'll move it.
Moved by Peggy Chase. Is there a second?
Hate this bonding crap.
I guess I'll second it.
I'll second.
Okay,
I can second if you need me to. I don't care.
okay, seconded by Julie.
Gotta do it.
Okay. Okay, can we do a roll call, please?
Legislator Jordan,
Yes.
Casone,
Yes.
Abbott Keenan,
Yes.
Chase,
Yes,
Holmquist. Holmquist. Yes, I got the nod and the thumbs up. Can you do it again or
Okay.
something? Okay,
Okay, is that everyone? Okay.
yes.
Okay, the resolution passes unanimously. Thank you, everyone participating today. I apologize for the
well,
technical
Casey,
difficulties.
Casey,
Yes.
can we talk about something else?
Well, if it's not on the agenda, Peggy, I mean, is it related to anything that's on the agenda?
Well, things that have been on the agenda,
Like, well, for instance,
like White Pines.
well, I mean, well, I don't really see that there's anything to be discussing about it right now. I mean, there's nothing on the agenda for it. Well, what is your concern about White Pines, Peggy?
Getting a lot of communication from the people out there that are basically being threatened. If they don't sell their homes, they'll take them over by eminent domain.
Well, and believe me, I've had multiple conversations with homeowners on Burnett Road. I've also been communicating with them by email. And eminent domain isn't something that just, okay, the executive or a government organization says, okay, we're just going to exercise eminent domain and it
Right.
happens automatically. It's something that I'm actually, if the homeowner is not agreeable to it and there isn't some accommodation that can be made, and it's challenged, then a court would actually ultimately have to decide whether there's a basis for exercising eminent domain or not. But again, at this point in time, and it's not really my area of expertise, but I don't know that a court would allow the exercise of eminent domain where it's, okay, we want to do it in case we need it type of thing. Okay, it would really be where there's some concrete situation. So a business or company comes in and says, okay, we need, a certain amount of acreage in order for our project to go along. So it's a matter of, they have to have it in order for the project to go on, or the project fails. then that's a situation where perhaps you could go to exercise eminent domain, and then if it's challenged, go to court and have to show to a court that there is a legitimate public purpose or reason for the exercise of eminent domain.
Well,
But again, at this
Casey,
point,
we understand that.
okay,
These people are living in their homes, and having people come and say this kind of thing to them, they don't understand that. And they're feeling bullied, and they're very stressed out about it. I
Right.
mean, what can we do to stop that?
well, I mean, I've talked to Bob Petrovich, about the whole situation out at White Pines. And again, I've talked to a number of homeowners on Burnett Road to, try to assuage their concerns as much as possible, to explain exactly what I've explained to you, and to try to assuage their concerns that, to me, I guess it makes sense that they would reach out and see if there are homeowners that are interested in selling. But I mean, again, I think to go to the extent of eminent domain, I can't speak for, the executive side but again, to my knowledge, there's no one who said they want to come in and locate at White Pines. So I would not anticipate that any exercise of eminent domain is going to happen unless there is some concrete proposal or any proposal to exercise eminent domain will be utilized, unless there's some concrete proposal kind of in the offing. And to my knowledge, there isn't anything at this point in time. So I think right now, again, my understanding is what is trying to be done is sort of to accumulate as much property voluntarily, finding if there's homeowners that are willing to sell, try to accumulate as much property as possible in a consensual fashion to make the park as marketable as possible. But again, I mean, that's just my understanding based upon conversations that I've had with Bob Petrovich and with the executive side. I can't speak, I'm not intimately involved with any discussions as to potential companies locating there. So I can't say specifically where any of those lie. I mean, I think there are people who over the years have shown interest in the park. But again, to my knowledge, there's no one that is, for lack of a better word, pulling the trigger saying, yes, we'd like to locate in the park. But I certainly understand everyone's concerns. I would be concerned as well. Like I said, I've done everything I can to talk to everyone who's shown any concerns or voiced any concerns to me. I've spoken to them on the phone. I've talked to them on emails. I've talked to the executive side. I've talked to Bob Petrovich. And I certainly understand their concerns. And all we can do is, I don't know, I guess kind of take it day by day to see where we are and see whether anyone's even going to be coming in. I mean, we've been talking about this for 15 or as long as I've been in the legislature.
A long time.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll see what happens. But again, in 15 years, we've had a number of companies come in and show a great deal of interest, but no one's really pulled the trigger at this point in time. So.
Just a quick question. Can we get Petrovich then to ask the realty company to stop using eminent domain as a threat?
I'll talk to Bob again.
That would be good.
Again, I don't know. I asked somebody to send me a copy of the letter they received, and I don't know that I've seen anything in writing sort of threatening eminent domain. But I certainly would talk to Bob again about that specific issue as to, because I mean, and again, using the term threat is kind of heavy. I mean, maybe they've said, well, if it maybe in a conversation, just like a conversation we're having today, that if maybe somebody said, well, what happens if we don't sell and the property is needed? And maybe Bob said, well, in that situation, then, we may have to look to exercise eminent domain. So I don't know. I don't know if it was literally a threat saying, well, if you don't sell, then we're going to do that. Or if it was just part of a conversation, and then people understandably got very concerned over even the mention of the exercise of eminent domain. I don't, that I don't know. But I will certainly talk to Bob and see if he can, make sure that that isn't used as sort of a threat or a hammer. But again, if somebody asks the question, then I mean, in all honesty, he would have to, reveal that, well, if worse comes to worse, then that's something that we might have to, at least an option that we might have to, pursue. But, certainly it shouldn't be something that is used as a Damocles sword over people's heads type of thing. Hey, you're muted, Mary. Mary, you're muted.
No, I wasn't talking to you.
Oh, okay, okay. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, unless there's anything else, I guess we stand adjourned. Thank you all, and again, I apologize for the delays and the technical difficulties today. So, thank you very much. Everyone have a good day.
You too, Case. Thanks.
Thank you.
Case.
Bye-bye.